Good day, Ted, and the members of the executive team. Thank you for your time and for taking the time also to review this presentation with me. And today I will be presenting the time the 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 securing corporate infrastructure with that was designed and implemented using the Microsoft Azure and Entra ID. So this build focuses on users provisioning, secure access control, storage allocation, virtual server deployment, network segmentation, and business continuity, while the environment is built within the student account limitation, and it follows real world enterprise design principles and best practices. So So here for the users and group provisioning in Entra, um, the foundation of this infrastructure begins with identity and access management using the Entra ID. And all users were individually provisioned and assigned access based on their organizational roles. So these ensure that every employee has appropriate permission without granting unnecessary access. And by using group-based access control, we improve security, simplified management, and ensure scalability as the organization grow. And as you can see for the CEO access and the team grouping at the executive level, Ted Williams has been granted full administrative access to the environment, ensuring complete visibility and control over all resources, while all the remaining users were assigned to one of the three security groups. For example, like we all know which are the skills, the sales and marketing, the engineering, and the customer success. So these groups form the backbone of access control across storage, server, and networking through the infrastructure. And for the dedicated storage allocation, to prepare for future server deployment, dedicated storage were provisioned in advance for each department. Each team were allocated storage that aligns with the project requirement while maintaining strict separation between departments. And this design ensure that sensitive data remains isolated and accessible only to the authorized team or team members. And as you can see, the storage allocation, I'll give a breakdown each storage allocation. For the sales and marketing, you can see that um, two virtual machine has been allocated, or virtual server has been allocated with a volume at 1 gigabit each, and respectively for the other security groups. And access to each of the storage allocation is controlled entirely through the Entra ID membership, preventing cross-department access. And I'll take you through the virtual server deployment and access control. So with storage in place, virtual server were deployed and directly attached to their respective department storage resources. And each virtual server run Windows Server 2022 and is accessible only to members of the appropriate Entra security group. And These ensure that users can log in only to the server assigned to their department, which reinforce large privilege access. And the server requirements, resources efficiency, like for the CPU, sorry, like for the CPU, the RAM, the core allocations were determined using the Microsoft minimum recommendation for Windows 2022. And given that this environment is designed to demonstrate infrastructure rather than support heavy workload, and resources were allocated efficiently to remain within the student count limit. And this approach balance functionality, realism, and cost conscious design. And for the storage and intra group access, this table, as you can see, this table summarize the relationship between um, storage resources and intra group access. So each department here has two virtual um, servers with dedicated storage, and access is strictly limited to the corresponding security groups. Additionally, each department server were deployed in separate Azure region to maximize available resources while maintaining consistent architecture. And we talk on the virtual network designs and also the VLAN implementation. To further enhance this security, the network layer was segmented using three separate VLANs, one for each department. And this design ensure complete network isolation, preventing devices in one department from communicating with device in another. And by isolating network traffic, we significantly reduce the risk of literal movement within the environment. And yeah, and we also talk of the IP address scheme and also the Azure DNS. So a structured IP address scheme was implemented using the IP assigned or the recommended IP address, which is the 10.1.1.1.0. Like this is the range, and it's with a slash of 24 network. So each department was assigned to a specific IP address range with virtual server using the um, first available address in this range. You can see the overall range, and all servers rely on the Azure DNS for address relation, and network rules prevent any communication outside of the assigned IP address range. And another interesting part of this presentation will be the backup and monitoring strategy. So to ensure reliability, business and continuity, backup and monitoring service were configured for all virtual servers. So daily backup, as you can see here, protect critical data, while while incremental backup and retention policies support efficient recovery. And for real-time monitoring, this tracks CPU usage, disk performance, and network activity with alert configured with alert configured to notify administrator of potential issues. And we talk of the comprehensive infrastructure. So this diagram, as you can see, represents the complete infrastructure from Entra ID users management through the virtual server and segment networks and the data protection service. As you can see here, each component work together to create a secure, organized, and scalable environment assigned with business needs. And in conclusion, this project successfully delivers a secure and scalable cloud infrastructure, and it provides strong identity management, strict departmental isolation, and control access to resources, reliable backup, and also continuous monitoring. And this environment establish a solid foundation for future growth and can easily be expanded into a production ready system. And thank you for your time, and I will now take you through the Azure environment to demonstrate each component I've discussed. So as you can see, I'm now inside my Azure virtual environment, and as here is the Entra, Microsoft Entra. So this is the Microsoft Entra. Here you can see I've already created that two users and the groups, the security groups, which are the sales, marketing, the engineering, and the customer success. This is the Microsoft Entra, and I'll go back to my home to show you my virtual machines. So under the virtual machines, you can see all the 6 virtual machines that I've created, and I have their disk, and yeah, and also I'll take you through the disk, the 1 gigabit of storage that have, we have asked to that have been allocated respectively for all of the, the security group that I've created. For the engineering disk, you have the 1 storage allocated to it, volume of storage allocated to it. And what next? We take a look at the backup plans. Yeah, for the backup plans, and you can see the virtual machines that have been given a backup plan. As you can see, these are the virtual machines that have been assigned to a backup plan here, and take it to the monitoring monitor top. Um, one of the virtual machines. See, these are the machines that have been monitored. So thanks for watching, and before I leave, I will also try to select for the network.